So welcome to this class. Today we are going to cover a small point which we left halfway in the earlier class, and we'll continue with sample and hold circuit. If time allows, we'll try to understand the sine wave oscillators. Okay. So we'll go to the point, that is choosing op amp for Schmitt trigger. How do we choose the op amp for Schmitt trigger or square triangular or comparator, any kind of the circuit? So the primary purpose or primary highlight of this circuit is to produce the square wave. So that is the output usually for Schmitt trigger, square triangular, in case of square triangular, square part, and comparator also it produces high or low output based on the input levels. So in order to produce the proper output, we need to consider what is we refer to as slew rate. If the slew rate is, so what is expected slew rate? What do you think? Suppose if you want to design a Schmitt trigger, what is the slew rate that you will require? So what value we should be happy with? We should target. Should it be low or high? What is your opinion? Infinite, right? So somebody says infinity, but this is not possible. We all know that this is not possible. Okay, not possible. Infinity is not possible. So high is good. Okay, low is not good. Now high means how much high? We need to quantify that. How to quantify that? For that, what we need to do is we need to understand what is the application for Schmitt trigger. So consider the input signal. Consider the input signal. If the input signal is very slowly changing, then you can have relatively low slew rate. But if the input signal is changing very fast, something like that, by the time the next the signal crosses next UTP next time or LTP next time, for example, if this is UTP, this is LTP, so this is UTP, this is LTP getting crossed, this is next time again UTP getting crossed, next time again LTP getting crossed, and so on. Okay, so the slew rate should be such that it goes to the output, goes to the next, it changes the state well before the next changeover takes place or expected to take place. Okay, so suppose this time is t, then slew rate should be very small as compared with t. Everybody agrees with this? Amol has given the input that it should be greater than 2 pi f Vp. Amol, this is true when the signal is sine wave. In this case, if we want to produce sine wave, then what you say is true. I do not know whether you got it or not. Let me draw the UTP LTP here. This is the first time UTP is crossed. This is first time LTP is crossed. So the output should change because the Schmitt trigger output is suddenly changing from minus Vset to plus Vset. That changeover should occur in very small time, but that time should not be so small or zero or very close to zero, because it creates some other problems. We'll see those problems after some time. But it should not be at least too much large. For example, suppose ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. क्या नहीं होना चाहिए वो पहले सीखते हैं. So whatever is not to happen, we'll show it in red color. कि ऐसा हमको नहीं चाहिए. T. अभी at this point of time there is a changeover. So output was earlier minus Vset and it went to plus Vset, but it took this much time to go to plus Vset. Then there is some problem. Everybody understood this? Because we are losing this particular movement. Okay, so this shouldn't happen. It means slew rate should be less, very less, comparatively less as compared with the time periods between UTP and LTP, successive UTP and LTP. Everybody understood this? But this particular op-amp can be useful here in this application. So this op-amp can be useful for this particular application, that is sine wave, this particular sine wave. Okay, so compare this and this. Is it suitable? Yes, but in the second application it is not suitable. So we need to analyze the input signal. We need to know input signal. If the input is not known, unknown input, or at least it should have some estimate that the signal will change with this particular timing. We may not know exactly the nature of the signal. If we know the nature, that's well and good. If we do not know, still we need to have some estimated values about the signal. If you say that I do not know anything about the signal, then it's difficult to design the circuit. So sometimes it may work, sometimes it may not work, because you will get a signal which is unknown and which crosses the boundaries or may cross the boundaries for which the circuit is designed. Everybody understanding this? Okay. So what is the criteria? Can you write the criteria? The criteria, especially for a Schmitt trigger, is that it should be very less than the time period between a UTP, when a signal crosses UTP, and next time when it crosses LTP. Okay. So accordingly we need to choose the op-amp. The same logic is for Schmitt trigger. Since Schmitt trigger is there in square triangular, it applies to square triangular. And comparator also the same logic. If the input is changing fast, the output should be fast changing such that it properly produces the square wave based on the input signal, even for comparator. So for comparator, it means there are special op-amps which are called as comparator op-amps or comparators. They have typically high slew rate, but everywhere using op-amp with high slew rate may not be a wise thing, because it may cost you unnecessarily. So in general purpose applications we may not use op amps with very high slew rate unnecessarily. Did you understand this much? Okay, great. Fine. Some other characters we'll see somewhat later on. Right now this much is enough. Right. So let us go to the circuit of sample and hold circuit. Sample and hold. So let us write down sample and hold. If you have any query, you can ask the query, no issue. Sample and hold circuit. Any query? If it's yes, type yes. If it is no, type no, so that at least we can go ahead. Okay, fine. Now let us set up the context of this sample and hold circuit. Instead of drawing a circuit and understanding that, we will first of all understand what is this sample and hold, why for we need this, where do we need this, and why we cannot live without this circuit. And then we will be inclined to learn this circuit. Okay, and then we'll learn the circuit. So first of all, let me tell you about a situation which will allow us to study this particular circuit. Right. So assume that we have a temperature or some signal. Suppose we have a signal or maybe some audio signal. See, audio signal. Nowadays everything is digitized, so all audio, almost all audio we listen through digital media only. No analog nowadays. So we have a audio signal. Now this audio signal, while it is converted from actual audio signal to electrical signal, we use a microphone for that, right? And then we get a signal, audio signal, whatever we have. We can see how audio signal looks like. For that you may refer to Google. Fine. So what is the frequency range of audio signal? From which to which frequency? 20 to 20 kilohertz. Okay. So what does it mean? The lowest frequency component in our audio signal in a high fidelity system will be 20 kilohertz, 20 hertz, and maximum 20 kilohertz. Fine. And even if it is nearly 10 kilohertz, we can get good audio. But let us imagine 20 kilohertz. Okay. So if suppose there is a maybe 20 kilohertz signal, suppose I draw a sine wave of 20 kilohertz. This is our 20 kilohertz signal. Now this signal is available from, say, microphone, and this signal we have to digitize. because we would like to store the signal. You may ask why you chose only sine wave, because the audio signal can be any random signal. That is very much true. But if when you draw, suppose I have a real microphone and real person speaking, then he may speak anything, and based on what he speaks there will be signal which will be in the range of 20 to 20 kilohertz. So if we draw the frequency spectrum f, so it may be from 20 kilohertz up to 20 hertz to up to 20 kilohertz, any frequency range, and any combination can happen. But in order to process the signal digitally, we need to consider the worst case. If we are able to process the highest frequency, then lowest frequency can be easily processed. Everybody agrees with this? So if the highest frequency can be processed by our circuit easily or without any problem, then lower frequency can also be processed. Now highest frequency is 20 kilohertz. As we know, highest frequency is 20 kilohertz. And when we say, I repeat this, when we say 20 kilohertz single frequency, then what is the waveform? Which waveform can be there? The answer is sine wave. Then it may be square wave, it may be triangular wave, or it may be random. So which is your answer? Dashrath says sine wave. Everybody says yes. A. Why? Why only you are choosing sine wave? D. Who says D? Sahil says D. Any other answer? Anyway, so let us ask ourselves, what do we understand by this particular term 20 kilohertz? उसका मतलब क्या है? उसका टाइम पीरियड पता होगा हमको. 20 kilo times it will change in a second. This is 20 kilohertz. Okay, and what is the meaning of single frequency? Single frequency का meaning क्या है? What is the meaning of single frequency? Yes or no? Or shall I explain? You can type E for explain, and no frequency is constant, no disturbances. Okay, same frequency. We want to know the waveform, Aarti. We are interested in its waveform. I had drawn sine wave, but the question immediately asked, why did I draw sine wave? Why did not I draw square wave or triangular waveform? And we know that the signal is a kind of random signal, but still I had drawn sine wave, sorry. Okay, let me ask you, shall I explain or shall I, because you have studied the other courses also, I thought that Okay, I'll quickly explain that. Let us ask question, do we know sine wave? Yes or no? Let us start with what we know and go towards what we don't know. Yes. So let me draw a sine wave. This is a sine wave. Now if we draw the frequency spectrum of this particular f frequency spectrum, how many components does it have? This is a time axis, this is time signal, and this is frequency spectrum. Suppose this frequency is 1 kilohertz, 1 kilohertz. Then on frequency axis there will be 1 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz, 100 kilohertz, 1 megahertz, 10 megahertz. This is log scale. We can write down log f, so that we can fit large number of frequencies in the same sheet. Do you know why do we take logarithmic scale? If we take linear scale, you will need a long paper to draw the waveform, draw the frequency spectrum. Anyway, so suppose this is 1 key, this is 10 key, this is 100 key, this is 1 meg, this is 10 meg, and so on. So 1 kilohertz, the amplitude is, some amplitude is there. Everybody understood this? So single frequency component is there in a sine wave. Okay. Now if I add the second harmonic of this sine wave, and if I add these two signals, if I add these two signals 1 and 2, and if I draw 1 plus 2, will it be a sine wave or non-sinusoidal? A and B, आप choose करिए. Whether 1 plus 2 will be a sine wave or 1 plus 2 will be non-sinusoidal. A. ऐसा कैसा हो सकता है? Let me show you. अब हम ऐसा करेंगे, then आप खुद से कर लो ना, खुद. Let me, sorry. Suppose if we take this sine wave and if we take इसका हाफ सिग्नल किधर है? इधर है. So we'll finish one half cycle, two half cycle, this and this, and now we want to add these signals. So do we want to add, whenever suppose we use adder circuit, will it add the signal time, instance to instance? जैसे कि इस टाइम है, इसका और इसका एडिशन होगा, देन इसका और इसका एडिशन होगा, इसका और इसका एडिशन होगा, इसका और इसका एडिशन होगा, इसका और इसका होगा, इसका और इसका होगा कि नहीं होगा? Yes or no? हाँ, नाउ आदित्य अंडरस्टूड, नॉट अ साइन वेव. अगर इसका एडिशन करेंगे तो क्या आएगा? ये 0 प्लस 0, इधर 0 आ गया, मैक्सिमम प्लस समवॉट, सो इट विल बी समवॉट लार्जर. ये कितना? 0 और मैक्सिमम, यानी कि इधर आ गया, थोड़ा सा कम हो गया. सो लाइकवाइज यू कैन draw it and you will find that it will not be a sine wave. Everybody understood this? Yes or no? So two sine waves of different frequencies, I repeat, two sine waves, I repeat this, two sine waves of different frequencies, when added it creates non-sinusoidal waveform. Everybody agrees with this? Those who want to write, they will write down. To more than one, what shall we write? If more than one sine waves of different frequencies are added, it results into a non-sinusoidal waveform. Have you not studied this in signals and systems? Is the course there? Course is there or not this semester? Okay, but have you not studied this? Anyway, that is not a okay. Anyway, so now if we ask reverse question, if you are given non-sinusoidal signal, if you are given non-sinusoidal signal, what do you understand by by its frequencies, about its frequency components? Will it contain one sine wave or multiple sine wave? If you are given non-sinusoidal signal, what is the meaning of this? Will it contain multiple sine waves or will it contain only one sine wave? Multiple frequency components. But if you are given, I repeat, if you are given that it contains only one signal, what is the meaning about its waveform? सपोज आपको बताया जाए कि आपके लिए एक सिग्नल दिया है और उसमें एक ही फ्रीक्वेंसी कंपोनेंट अवेलेबल है, तो उसके नेचर के बारे में आप क्या कह सकते हो? विल इट बी ट्रायंगुलर वेव, विल इट बी साइन वेव? इट मस्ट बी अ साइन वेव. ओंकार ने सही पकड़ा, इट मस्ट बी अ साइन वेव बिकॉज इट हैज़ ओनली सिंगल फ्रीक्वेंसी. ठीक है, तो whenever we want to think of audio signal, I know or you told that it is in the range of 20 to 20 kilohertz. Now I wanted to think of a circuit which can handle 20 kilohertz properly, so that lower frequencies can be handled properly. Now 20 kilohertz means a single frequency. Single frequency means sine wave. Single frequency माने sine wave, and that's why I had drawn sine wave. इतना सब रामायण करना पड़ा ये साइन वेव एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए. एवरीबडी अंडरस्टूड दिस? दैट्स व्हाई वी स्टार्टेड विथ अ साइन वेव. ठीक है, जो भी सर्किट आप डिज़ाइन करोगे उसमें उसके सिग्नल, जो इनपुट सिग्नल है ना, उसका हाईएस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी लेके साइन वेव एज्यूम करके यू कैन गो अहेड. एनीवे, सो लेट अस एज्यूम दैट वी हैव अ सिग्नल ऑफ 20 किलोहर्ट्ज and we want to digitize this signal. हमको ये सिग्नल डिजिटाइज करना पड़ेगा, करना चाहते हैं. डिजिटाइज करके we would like to store it in memory. But ऐसे ऑटोमेटिकली मेमोरी में नहीं जाएगा. देयर विल बी सम प्रोसेसर रिक्वायर्ड, to put it in memory. But processor cannot put it in memory unless it knows the value, what to put. Okay, and to know the value, there is not a single value actually. There are multiple values. There are many values. Everybody agrees with this? There are many infinite values as far as time axis is concerned. Everybody agrees with this? Now can you store infinite values in memory? Suppose if you want to store the audio signal in perfect, we cannot have infinite memory, we will have finite memory. यानी कि हमको finite signal store करने पड़ेंगे, right? So we cannot store each and every moment of a sine wave. We have to actually take some sample. Everybody agrees with this? How fast the signal should be sampled? It depends on few more things, but at least you understood the importance of sampling. If we do not sample it, and if we aim to convert total signal, complete signal with infinite resolution, then you will need infinite memory, which is not possible in real world. ये पता चला आपको, समझ में आ गया? Yes or no? Yes. तो ये पता चल गया कि whenever we want to convert any signal into digital world, जैसे कि ये साइन वेव है, डिजिटाइज करना है, then you need a processor because we want to store it in memory, but processor cannot store it unless it knows the value, what to store and how many to store. We got the answer about of how many to store. We decided that we will pick up only few points in the sine wave and we call this process as sampling. Okay, so sampling means considering voltage at a particular point of a signal and then with regular intervals sensing the level of the signal instead of having infinitely high resolution. Okay, it means we don't want to do it at this point again at this point, ऐसा हम नहीं करना चाहते, because it will take lots of memory, huge memory, and it won't be necessary also. Why it will not be necessary? Probably you will study in different course, and if you need will study in this course even if you need it, but अभी उसका टाइम नहीं है. ठीक है, तो सैम्पलिंग आपको पता चला. वी नीड टू सैम्पल द सिग्नल टू सेव द मेमोरी. Yes or no? Right, we have 10 minutes, we'll complete in 10 minutes. Then we have to सैम्पल कर लिया, यानी कि आपको लेवल मिल गया. अभी आपको डिजिटाइज करना है. Now to digitize, how to digitize we do not know. So we assume that we have a box which takes analog signal and which gives out digital signal. Maybe right now I am consider 4-bit, but you can consider any number of bits. This is digital signal. Okay, and therefore this circuit is called as analog to digital converter, ADC. There is a separate video on ADC. You please see that video if you find time. But anyway, so at least you understood that you need a circuit analog to digital converter. Yes or no? Now suppose you gave to this circuit कि ये मेरा सिग्नल का लेवल है, समझो कि ये मेरा सिग्नल का लेवल है, आप ये ले लो, ये आप ले लो और कन्वर्ट करके मुझे 1s and 0s का कॉम्बिनेशन दे दो. ऐसा आपने बोला एडीसी को, तो एडीसी बोलेगा हाँ ठीक है कर दूंगा मैं, मेरा तो वो काम ही है, ऐसा बोलेगा. यस और नो? ठीक है, एडीसी कैसा रहता है, अंदर क्या रहता है वो पता नहीं, अभी ज़रूरत भी नहीं. लेकिन आपने और एक बोला एडीसी को कि भाई मुझे आप 0 टाइम में कन्वर्शन करके दीजिए, तो वो देगा क्या? प्रैक्टिकल एडीसी? नो, 0 टाइम में तो बोलेगा अरे ऐसा कैसा भाई, 0 टाइम में कौन काम करता है? आई नीड सम टाइम, भले वो माइक्रो सेकेंड लगेंगे लेकिन लगेंगे तो. Yes or no? Everybody agrees that ADC will take some time to convert analog to digital. Yes. Now this time is called as a conversion time. हम इधर लिखते हैं. This is conversion time of A to D converter. Conversion time. Suppose this time period is maybe 10 microsecond. ठीक है. सपोज आप A to D कन्वर्टर हो. आप क्या हो? A to D कन्वर्टर है. ठीक है. और आपको सिग्नल दिया किसी ने, इधर सिग्नल दिया, समझो कि 2.3 वोल्ट दिया. और आपका कन्वर्शन टाइम 10 माइक्रोसेकेंड है. 10 माइक्रोसेकेंड में यहाँ से यहाँ तक पकड़ता हूँ. ये हमारा 10 माइक्रोसेकेंड का टाइम पीरियड है. सिग्नल दिया 2.3 वोल्ट्स. अभी आप सोचो कि आप A to D कन्वर्टर हो और इस बंदे ने आपको सिग्नल दिया 2.3 वोल्ट्स. और ये कि ए पर्सन, आप B हो, ए पर्सन क्या कर रहा है कि कन्वर्शन पूरा होने के पहले ही इसका सिग्नल थोड़ा बदल रहा है बीच बीच में. तो विल इट बी हैप्पी और विल इट बी अनहैप्पी? ये क्या कर रहा है? 2.3 कांस्टेंट नहीं रख रहा है, थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे करते जा रहा है. बी है ना. ऐसे एडीसी यू विल बी अनहैप्पी. अरे क्या बोल रहा है ये? आप इनपुट दे रहे हो, कांस्टेंट भी नहीं रख रहे हो, मुझे कन्वर्शन करने तक तो कांस्टेंट दे दो, उसके बाद चेंज करना, आपको क्या करना है वो करो. ठीक है. तो हमको क्या करना चाहिए? सैंपल तो करना चाहिए, बट वी हैव टू कीप इट एज इट इज़ फॉर द पीरियड ऑफ कन्वर्शन. तो सिग्नल कैसा चाहिए हमको आउटपुट? जैसे कि ये साइन वेव है, समझो ये साइन वेव है, ऐसा सिग्नल है, समझो जो भी है. तो अगर यहाँ हम सैंपल करते हैं, वी हैव टू होल्ड इट फॉर सर्टेन टाइम, देन नेक्स्ट सैंपल लेना चाहिए, फिर होल्ड करना चाहिए, फिर नेक्स्ट सैंपल लेना चाहिए, फिर होल्ड करना चाहिए, फिर नेक्स्ट सैंपल लेना चाहिए, फिर होल्ड करना चाहिए, फिर नेक्स्ट सैंपल, फिर होल्ड, 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 फिर नेक्स्ट सैंपल, फिर होल्ड. ऐसा करते करते जाना चाहिए. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? अभी आपको समझ में आ रहा है क्या थोड़ा थोड़ा? यस. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज डन बाय सैंपल एंड होल्ड सर्किट. अगर आप बोलोगे सैंपल एंड होल्ड सर्किट मैं लगाऊंगा नहीं, तो हु विल बी अनहैप्पी? प्रोसेसर और A to D कन्वर्टर और मेमोरी. कौन अनहैप्पी होगा? ADC आंसर 1, प्रोसेसर आंसर 2, मेमोरी आंसर 3. If you say that I will not use sample and hold, who will be unhappy? ADC will be unhappy. प्रोसेसर बोलेगा आप जो देंगे वो स्टोर करूँगा, मेमोरी बोलेगी कि आप जो भी दे रहे हैं मैं स्टोर करूँगा, बस बाकी कुछ नहीं, है ना. लेकिन गलत कन्वर्शन ADC कर रहा है, तो वो क्योंकि वो आप सिग्नल बदल रहे हैं, कन्वर्शन होने के पहले आप सिग्नल बदल रहे हैं, ये अच्छा नहीं है. ADC बोल रहा है कि दिस इज़ नॉट गुड, at least keep the signal constant for my conversion time. The conversion time is very small, 10 माइक्रोसेकेंड ही तो है, तो उसके बीच में तो आप बदलिए मत. ठीक है. ओके. सो इफ वी एक्चुअली टेक अ सिग्नल, सपोज हमने ये सिग्नल ले लिया, सिग्नल है, इसका मतलब है कंटिन्यूस चेंजिंग है, दिस इज चेंजिंग सिग्नल. If we give it as it is to ADC, that is A to D converter, then will it be happy or unhappy? As it is, यानी कि सिग्नल कंटिन्यूस बदल ही रहा है. बी अनहैप्पी. और मैंने ऐसा किया, सिग्नल ले लिया और जो भी साइन वेव ले लिया उसके बीच में सैंपल एंड होल्ड सर्किट लगाया, फिर उसको एडीसी को दिया. तो विल एडीसी बी हैप्पी और अनहैप्पी? It will be happy. So for A to D conversion to happen properly, you must have sample and hold circuit. Okay, since everything is digital, there is no need that I should explain the importance of ADC, क्योंकि हर बात अभी डिजिटल है. तो A to D कन्वर्टर, डिजिटल कन्वर्टर तो चाहिए, और डिजिटल A to D कन्वर्टर है तो सैंपल होल्ड चाहिए. तो सैंपल होल्ड का महत्व कितना है ये आपको पता चल गया. यस और नो? यस. अगर सैंपल एंड होल्ड आप नहीं लगाओगे तो कन्वर्शन सही नहीं होगा और रॉन्ग सिग्नल्स, रॉन्ग वैल्यूज विल बी स्टोर्ड इन मेमोरी, वो तो गलत होगा. ठीक है, अभी क्विकली मैं इसका से एक सर्किट निकालता हूँ एंड देन विल टेक अ पॉज. 1 ही मिनट. 10:05 11:05 हो गए, ऑलमोस्ट 4 मिनट. तो सैंपल करने के लिए हमको तो सिग्नल चाहिए, जो सिग्नल हमको सैंपल करना है वो सिग्नल तो चाहिए. ठीक है, सैंपल करना है यानी पास ऑन करना है, आगे के सर्किट को देना है. तो उसके लिए हमको एक स्विच चाहिए. और जब स्विच ऑन होता है यानी कि जब हम सैंपल करते हैं उसके बाद थोड़ी देर के लिए आउटपुट वैसे रहना चाहिए, जैसे हमने इधर लिखा है ना, इधर सैंपल करने के बाद वैसे रहना चाहिए आउटपुट. यानी कि आपको ऐसा कुछ तो सर्किट लगाना पड़ेगा, कंपोनेंट जो कांस्टेंट वोल्टेज रखता है. ऐसा कौन सा कंपोनेंट है जो वोल्टेज यानी कि कांस्टेंट वोल्टेज रखने का प्रयास करता है? ऐसा कौन सा पार्ट है? RLC, इसमें से चूज करिए बस. कैपेसिटर. यस, सो वी नीड टू कनेक्ट अ कैपेसिटर हियर. Okay, so this is the sample and hold circuit, that's all. बाकी कुछ नहीं है. ठीक है, ये हमारा सैंपल एंड होल्ड सर्किट है. उसके बारे में बाकी बातें नेक्स्ट टाइम करेंगे. बट डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस टॉपिक, सैंपल एंड होल्ड का सर्किट, और नॉट सर्किट बट द पर्पस एंड व्हाई डू वी नीड इट, रिलेटेड थिंग्स. राइट. वॉज द सेशन, टुडे सेशन यूजफुल? कुछ यूजफुल था या ऐसे ही टाइम पास हो गया? यूजफुल था. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. थैंक्स फॉर कंसंट्रेशन. बिकॉज मैं जितना भी बोलूँ, इफ़ यू आर नॉट कॉन्सेंट्रेटिंग द थिंग्स आर नॉट यूजफुल, है ना. मैं तो बताता जाऊँगा, बट यू आर ऑल आर डूइंग गुड एफर्ट्स ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग द थिंग्स. उसके लिए एफर्ट चाहिए विच यू आर डूइंग, है ना. फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज यानी कि एफर्ट नहीं है, मेंटल एफर्ट्स आर मच मोर. तो सब मिलके एफर्ट्स कर रहे हैं, ये बहुत अच्छी बात है. सो प्लीज़ कंटिन्यू डूइंग सच एफर्ट्स ऑफ लर्निंग. ठीक है, तो शैल वी टेक अ पॉज नाउ? Okay, have a nice day and bye for now.